As a former competitor and a longtime coach, I thought both teams really played hard, and Wyoming's been in a tough spot. They just lost a tough game against UNLV where they had a 7-point lead with 1:30 to go, and to come in here and play as hard as they did. And I told Coach that afterwards. That it kind of stinks when somebody has to lose a game like that. And with that said, very proud of our group, and they're learning some valuable lessons of how hard it is to win at this level. Every game is extremely difficult. I don't care who you're playing. You got to bring it every night. And we've kind of had defensively 2 straight games, Utah State and now Wyoming, where I think we've had our best 20 minutes defensively in back-to-back games, Utah State and now Wyoming. And then it really slips in the second half. And we've got to really work on that. This was a tough stretch, no excuse, but playing early after that road trip is not easy. And we didn't quite seem to have the step that we've normally had, and we haven't really practiced Sunday or Monday. It's been a lot of walkthrough, just a lot of film, but we looked a little bit tired. And so we'll give them a day off tomorrow before we make this next trip. But very, very proud of what these guys were able to do tonight. We had some guys that, Niz misses a layup, and he doesn't sulk. He doesn't hang his head. He goes out and gets the biggest steal of the game. Then Jalen makes a heck of a score at the end. And then one of the hardest things to do in basketball is 8 to 12 seconds, and a team's just coming full bore at you, and you can't foul. That's hard. And to not foul, challenge a shot, their best player, and then get the rebound, that's we made some winning plays that was good to see because we didn't do that at San Jose. So got to watch the film to see what kind of growth, but there was a little bit of growth, at least in the last minute.
Questions for Coach?
What did you want on that last offensive possession with Jalen? Is that kind of what you drew up?
Exactly what he did. Yep. We wanted him to go to the rim, and we had shooters in the corners, but with that situation, it's get to the rim. We're in a 2-shot bonus. Obviously, getting a foul at that time is not easy, but we thought he could get to the rim, and he did a great job doing that.
You guys hadn't been in a lot of close games heading into that San Jose State game. I mean, do you feel like you learned lessons from that game that you did apply when this game was tight down the stretch?
Well, I hope so. And, the team's learning, a lot of lessons. I don't think that we had – our demeanor was better tonight than at San Jose State, but our energy, especially in the first half, I didn't like our energy offensively. And it's too much of if we make shots. And I told them at halftime, hey, we didn't make a lot of shots, but – we're up 6 points in a conference game at halftime, and we held them 26 points. You hold them 26 again, they're not going to beat you. They're not going to come in here and score 52 points and beat you. It won't happen. But at a timeout, I circled for them with 7 minutes to go in the game. They had 53 points. So they end up with 41 in the second half. So those just lessons like that of the importance of you got to come out of the halftime and understand that, maybe you didn't make your shots, maybe offense didn't flow, but you guarded really well. If you do that again, you walk out of here with a win, and the offense will eventually come. And so there's a lot of lessons individually and collectively as a team we got to learn.
I guess what does this one speak to the whole conference this year?
Well, I think I said it, even before the conference started. I think you have San Diego State, who's elite. I still think Utah State is they're maybe a notch below. We'll see. They've already lost at home to San Diego State, but after playing them, I think they're elite as Keita gets more healthy. I thought Keita's game against us was the best I've seen him play all year. So as he gets healthy, that's going to raise their bar. And then New Mexico's talent. I said those 3 teams, and then from there was going to be a lot of teams fighting, just to try to get to the upper echelon of the conference, and we're one of those. So I think you're going to see a lot of these games. We had it with Colorado State to start with. Boise, we played really well. Tight game against San Jose State. Tight game again tonight. I just think you're going to have a lot of those. With that grouping of 4 to 11, I think there's going to be a lot of tight games, and hopefully this game helps us knowing that in a game where maybe we didn't flow like we wanted to a lot of times, we were able to make the plays down the stretch to win.
You told us before the San Jose trip that you've seen teams go through 2-week spurts in all the leagues and have bad couple weeks, whether it be from nutrition or from lack of rest or lack of preparation. Do you feel like you guys fall in any of those categories?
Oh yeah, we're in that midst right now, and here's something that's different. We're out of class. We're in Reno. There's not a lot of people that are taking the I don't know. I call it Jan term because that's what it was at Indiana. Whatever we call that at Nevada, the 2 to 3 week term here that we have. We do have a couple players in that. Dez is one of them who's not playing, but the campus, there's nobody here. So it's like, how you handle yourself over break is not easy either. So I say this not as an excuse. We had a lot of guys going through a break for the first time, and we have been hammering them on how you rest, your nutrition, getting hydrated. This is all important to the discipline off the court. It's not just discipline on the court. But when you haven't experienced it, sometimes it's just coach talk. It goes in one ear and out the other sometimes to them. And I think we're learning that too, because we have not Utah State in the first half tried late in the San Jose game, and then mostly the second half tonight. We had that energy, but not for the 40 minutes that we've had prior to the last 3 games. And it's a tough stretch. 10 days. We've played 3 games, and 2 of them have been on the road, which is obviously getting to Logan. It's not easy travel. So it's a lot of new stuff for these guys. Hopefully day off tomorrow, and now we can get back in a routine. We're starting school next week. But I've had a lot of teams where sometimes the break, usually veteran teams, the break is a good thing. Young teams, inexperienced teams, they struggle knowing how to use their free time that they have.
Lindsay just scoring the ball, last 2 games has struggled a little bit. Have you noticed anything with him? He obviously rebounded and got some assists tonight.
Yeah, I thought in the second half he was better as far as rebounding and assisting. But we've said it before the season that he's somebody that's got to score for us. And he's never had to really do that here. But with us, we need that because we got a lot of young, inexperienced bigs, and we know we're probably not going to get a lot of points out of our bigs, so we need Lindsay scoring. And he's had 2 tough games in a row offensively, and hopefully he can get his rest. He's logging a lot of minutes, about 34 again tonight. Those 3 guards are logging a lot of minutes, so hopefully he can get some rest. A good day off tomorrow, And to be quite frank, we don't have on break. We don't have to give them days off. We're not under the same rules, but we're giving them a complete day off tomorrow because hopefully we can recoup a little bit before we start prep for San Diego State on Thursday.
Should we ask about the Aztecs now, Jack, or later in the week?
Probably later.
Okay, just making sure.
They're really good.
For you guys, the way that game ended.
It was fun. Clearly, we didn't want it to be that close, but it was a grind-out game, and so for us to come out with the win is always good. We can build it and we can learn from it.
How about you?
It definitely feels good to win any game in college basketball because every game is hard to win, and kind of like Jalen said, we wouldn't like it to be that close, but a win's a win.
And as Coach pointed towards the steal and the break with in the final minute and all that, and said it was great to see players responding, Pac players without sulking, heads down, I missed a shot, whatever. Are you guys getting better at that sort of thing, staying always in the game?
Definitely, Coach challenges us all the time to be mentally tough, and I had missed a layup the play before that, and I kind of took responsibility about that. As a senior coming in the game, those are plays I have to make. So instead of just soaking my head, Coach challenged me to just make another play, and that's kind of how the steal came about. Just keep our heads up and on to the next play.
Can you walk us through how you made that play? Did you kind of see that coming, that spin, and what did that feel like? Because you were pretty hyped after.
Tell me the truth.
All right. So Jalen came to me in the huddle and said, "You'll get it back." And honestly, from the moment he caught the ball, I knew I was going to do that. I just kind of had to get him to spin. I had to bait him into the spin, and then once he spun, I took it and then just dunked it because I wasn't going to miss another layup.
Jalen, what about your last shot? Really, we had a poster alley-oop too. You kind of really put the squad on your shoulders at the end there, and then that final play, I know that was pretty much what you guys wanted.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Always love to get a layup to win the game, but no, it was just a great screen by Zane, and we caught him slipping and got a nice layup. And got to stop on the other end and finish the game out. So.
Coach had said the break break might have affected you guys. He had talked to us last week about how some teams go through stretches where they don't play as well because of maybe nutrition, rest, preparation, etc. He said the break could have had an impact. Do you guys feel that?
We just have to bring the energy. Some games, and we're inconsistent in some spots, but we just got to try to bring the energy for 40 minutes, regardless of the situation, regardless if we have a break or if we're in school. We got to come to play.
How much different is this for you, Jalen? This is basically the first game that you guys have won where you had to pull it out late and make shots late and get stops and win a game in the last minute, last 30 seconds. What do you think that means to the confidence? What does that do to the team, do you think?
It shows growth. We had a couple, like, for example, San Jose. That was a couple point game, and we didn't finish out. We didn't win that one. And so we came back, and to come out here and do the same thing and get the win this time, that's, like I said, it's not how you want to win, but we got the win, and that's important because, like you said, all college games are hard.
What do you feel like you learned from the San Jose State game, being in a tightly contested game for the first time in a while?
One, like I said, we just got to play a full 40. We have moments and a couple minutes here and there where we don't play to our full capabilities, but trying to do that night in and night out, like from San Jose, that's important for us. It has been a big key, a big focus since that game.
It is to see that a team that's 0-6 can come in here and take you guys down to the Final Horn. What does it just say about the conference? I know SDSU's kind of etched itself up top, but there's really a lot of parity after that.
This is definitely a great conference, and just every game is going to be a grind-out game. Every game is a difficult game. Every college game is a hard game. Winning is not an easy thing to do. There are not many teams that you can just walk in the gym and just win, so we just have to take every single possession seriously and take every game serious and respect every opponent that we face.
Any more questions? Yeah, the next opponent's a pretty good one. Jalen, what do you think about what's coming up Saturday?
Well, we're going to get some rest tonight and tomorrow. We're going to lock in, watch film, and we're going to prepare, and we'll be ready to play.
What are you guys trying to do on that final defensive possession? I mean, they didn't take a timeout, so it's not like you had time to regroup and figure out the defensive assignment.
Yeah, it was just, like you said, we didn't really have time to set up, but it was just you have to get a stop. You got to sit down, you got to grind, you got to get a stop, get the rebound, and finish the game.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.